At the beginning of this Shabbat's double Torah portion, Parshiyot Matot-Masei, God tells Moses to wage a war of vengeance against the Midianites, and that immediately afterwards he will pass away. The war, retribution for the Midianites' role in the schemes of the prophet Balaam to curse the Israelites, was the last bit of unfinished business at the conclusion of the Israelites' 40-year journey through the wilderness. Once complete, they would be ready to enter the promised land, and God had already told Moses he would not live to reach that final destination. An incisive commentary recorded in the Midrash notes that Moses could have tried lengthening his life even for a short while by pushing off this final campaign, or at least by taking his time while conducting it. However, the very next verse records how Moses immediately gave the orders to muster an army and attack without delay, despite knowing that he was hastening his own death. This commentary highlights two traits that define what leadership meant to Moses. First, leadership was about principle, his desire to see justice done, even at great personal cost. Second, leadership was about courage, his ability to face the task at hand without shying away, even with a full awareness of the consequences he himself would face as a result. Back in 2010-2011, President Barack Obama appealed to this same courage as he urged Democratic members of Congress to pass health insurance reform, even while knowing they would likely lose their seats in the next election. He challenged them to consider not how to retain their positions of power, but why they were there in the first place. Today, Representatives Adam Kinzinger of Illinois and Liz Cheney of Wyoming manifest that same courage, that same commitment to principle by their participation on the January 6 Select Committee. Both will lose their seats in Congress. Kinzinger will not even run in the upcoming election, and Cheney, once the third-ranked Republican in the House of Representatives, trails her primary election opponent in the polls by 20 points. Leaders often abstain from taking principled yet unpopular stands to avoid losing their positions to opponents who will do, in their minds, far more harm in the long term. But by not taking those stands, they are not serving their constituents to the best of their abilities, and they are not being true to themselves. Receiving the Kennedy Library Foundation's Profile and Courage Award in 2017, Barack Obama reflected on how almost all of the members of Congress who lost their seats voting for the Affordable Care Act felt that their personal sacrifice was worthwhile. An example that should encourage Representatives Cheney and Kinzinger. No doubt, Moses would approve as well. Shabbat Shalom.